Iraqi tribesmen recently released footage showing them chasing an ISIS pickup truck in the Anbar region. The footage shows the tribesmen racing across the barren landscape in pursuit of an ISIS vehicle fleeing from them. As they navigate the harsh desert terrain, the tribesmen open fire on the vehicle with small arms fire. The Iraqi wearing the camera is armed with a SAW machine gun, though the M249 SAW is typically associated with Western military forces. It is not uncommon for various armed groups in conflict zones like Iraq to have access to such weapons, either through international military aid, battlefield pickups, or black market channels. Iraqi tribal fighters, particularly those who have aligned themselves with anti-ISIS efforts, may have acquired these weapons through government or coalition support. In Iraq, tribal fighters have played an important role in the conflict against ISIS, often coordinating with Iraqi security forces and coalition forces. As a lightweight, versatile, and highly effective weapon, the M249 SAW provides a significant firepower advantage in desert combat situations where mobility and rapid, sustained fire are crucial. That's why this was not the first time we've seen this weapon used in that role, as this video from last month during a similar situation shows. Iraqi tribesmen have traditionally formed their own local militias to protect their territories from outside threats. When ISIS attempted to seize control of tribal lands, many tribes organized themselves into armed groups to resist, often forming alliances with the Iraqi government, military, and US-led coalition forces. Tribes like the Al Bunimah or Al Jikaf, from which all these footage comes by the way, were among the first in Anbar to fight back against ISIS, even before official military interventions could reach them. Iraqi tribesmen have extensive knowledge of the local geography, especially in desert areas like Anbar. This allowed them to engage in effective guerrilla tactics, ambushing ISIS convoys, targeting supply lines, and launching raids. However, this has now shifted to a more offensive approach since ISIS's military defeat in Iraq. Most of these engagements are conducted in an attempt to maintain a level of stability, especially in the vast region of the Anbar Desert, which serves as a natural refuge for ISIS remnants. This year has already seen multiple documented operations in which Iraqi tribesmen can be seen hunting fleeing ISIS trucks through the Anbar Desert. The sequence of events is always the same: the vehicles are chased, fired upon, forced to stop, and the militants are either killed or captured. Sometimes, support from the Iraqi government is called in the form of helicopters. Tribal alliances and networks are deeply ingrained in Iraqi society, particularly in rural areas. These tribes often function independently of the central government and have their own leadership structures. This made them critical actors in any conflict within the country. ISIS's brutality and imposition of harsh religious interpretations were particularly offensive to these tribes, which value their autonomy and local traditions. Many tribes collaborated with international forces during the counter-ISIS campaigns, especially in intelligence gathering. Their understanding of ISIS's local networks, recruitment strategies, and movements gave Iraqi and coalition forces critical advantages in many operations, including the recapture of Mosul and other territories. However, while some tribes received weapons and support from the government or coalition forces, many have complained about inconsistent aid, what led them vulnerable to retaliation.